Welcome to this week's episode of the What Would Dom Do show. My name is Dom, and today we've come to one of our green coffee partners. These guys are called Condessa, and they purchase a lot of our coffee from around the world. We're going to answer some question that we've been asked a lot on the internet, and that is, what is cupping and how do we do it? So we're going to ask the staff here today and get involved and see what goes on with a full professional cupping.
Oh my goodness.
So we have the pleasure today of cupping with Ollie from Condessa. He's the quality control manager here, and he's going to show us and explain to us the theory and the procedures behind a proper SCA approved cup.
So essentially we're going to assess 4 coffees today. As you'll notice, we've already ground the coffees. There's 10 grams of coffee, and there will be 180 grams of water that go on top of that. But before we do that, and just after we've ground, we assess the dry aroma.
So I'm going to go through and do that now. If you've noticed that there's 4 different coffees and 5 samples per cup, that's why we get an even, consistent, and it gives the coffee an opportunity to show its strengths and weaknesses. And we're cupping, and with our total score, we want to see any defects in the coffee. This particular coffee has an amazing long perfume aroma. It has a beautiful floral note. It actually has almost 2 phases in its aroma as well. I don't know what this coffee is, but it smells really special. This one has almost like tomato, a little bit of capsicum. It's quite an intense, pungent, beautiful aroma. It's got like a caramel. That's going to be a special coffee. I find that often the most simple aromas are the ones that taste the best long term. This one just tastes like strawberries and chocolate to me. So Ollie's about to start the pour. We always time the cuppings.
So at this stage we've done the pour, and before we hit 4 minutes, this is the ideal opportunity to do what's known as smelling the crust. This is where you're smelling a different set of aromas. You've now got heat involved as well, and this is often where you get sort of the aromas related to the roast. So this is a good idea of where you can get a good idea of what the roast looks like. So if you get your nose in, make sure you smell all 5 cups.
It's quite caramelly and even molasses driven. Wow, it's kind of got like a oatmeal bran. It's interesting. Wow. It's still that tomatoey kind of. And it's still like that strawberry kind of element coming through on that one.
Once we've smelled the crust, then we do the break at 4 minutes. It's just gone 4 minutes on the clock. So what we do again, we make sure that we're consistent across all 5 cups, is dip the spoon in halfway and it's 3 scoops. And as long as everybody does that, then you get a consistent break. I'll break the first one. I can do the bottom 3, and if you want to do the top 2, Dom, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
And you'll notice between each cup, we give it a bit of a rinse. Okay, so this step is very important. This is sort of clearing the crust once you've done that. If you tried to cup the coffee through this, you just get a mouthful of sort of grinds. So we simply clear off that top layer and get rid of that. And this means that now we can taste the coffee in its sort of full clarity. We've cleared the coffees. We're at 30 minutes. This is when I like to start cupping. Generally, if you can hold your fingers to the side of the cup and not burn them, then you're not going to burn your tongue. And this is where we sort of aerate and fully assess the coffee. Just like sommeliers, when they're doing it, they will sort of chirp the coffee. And in that case, the alcohol helps to aerate it and get it to their olfactory node. We don't have alcohol, which makes it hard to do that. So this is why you have to sort of almost sort of vaporize it and suck it through your teeth, and those vapors then get to your olfactory node.
Man, this is like mother's milk, this coffee to me. It's gorgeous.
It's a good one. It is beautiful.
The coffee, wow, it's actually like strawberries and cream. The depth of the palate and the body just keeps moving. That's as boring as it probably seems to me. This type of flavour profile doesn't really excite me. It's an amazing cup of coffee.
In terms of these four coffees, D and B are both from Ethiopia. So this is a natural coffee. This is the Guji Moplako grade.
Wow, that's exceptionally processed. It's extremely clean for a natural. That's beautiful.
And it's nice because it's still got some of the florals coming through as well. It's like got a little bit of coffee blossom as well.
Wow.
Sort of blackberry and blueberry.
Yeah, absolutely. Those darker fruits.
And the strawberry and cream, though, you've nailed that.
Wow.
I agree 100%.
That's special. Wow.
It's a really sort of creamy long finish as well, which makes it very interesting.
Wow.
Awesome for spray. C is the Kenya Karamukui AA. For me, this is all sort of tropical fruit. Again, it's very sort of zesty, like koinic acids, phosphoric acids, kind of acids you get in like Coca-Cola or a gin and tonic.
Yeah, it's got that cola.
Yeah, it's got the cola thing, a real sort of phosphorus zing coming through. And also, as you said, sort of this lovely orange tangerine sort of fruit as well on the base note. So super, super clean. This B is the Alona, Ethiopia Yogurt Chef Grade 1. Alona is the sort of group, the washing station that it comes from. And again, this was sort of, for me, very tea-like, blossom, very sort of sherbet lemon.
Yeah, sherbet, absolutely.
And, again, very creamy and sweet, very long finish. Beautiful example of a yogurt chef. And then A was slightly more interesting, a very, very creamy, deep body, a little bit of tropical fruits, dark chocolate. This is the Buenos Aires Maricatura. This is also a natural Catura cross breed. You have like the depth and the slight savoury umami note that you get in Margarita. And then you've got that very sort of bright, zesty Catura characteristic. So this is quite an interesting coffee as well.
Wow, I was really looking forward to cup this coffee, so I'm going to get back in there again. Thank you very much for watching. That's the way industry professionals cup and appraise coffees. Thank you, Ollie, for having us here.
You're welcome, no worries, anytime.
If you wanted to contribute any more content, please get in contact with us on Instagram or Facebook. Thank you for watching.